What up, everybody? Judy was the first one here. Thank you, Judy, for being here. I hadn't heard from you today, so I'm glad to know you're okay. Tracy, Sifa, how did everyone's Fridays go? I don't see Kristen's comment, but hey, Kristen. Oh, there it is. It's delayed a little. Can y'all hear me okay? I kind of moved the mic a little bit. Just want to make sure y'all can still hear me. Micah, welcome in. You're in my house, but you know. Thank you for being here and showing me support. All right, let me try to see if I can do some of my commands. And I do want to say, I'm going to let a few more people get in, but I did talk to YouTube support about the membership issue we had the other night. So I'm going to drop a link, and this is not for anyone to get memberships right now. I'm not asking for memberships, but I'm going to drop a link for everyone to copy. And if you, I'll walk you through it once you click on this, and it'll tell you how to get your channel to be able to opt in, like for accepting gifts. So that way in the future, we can do, when people are gifting memberships, they actually go through. And I was actually going to try to do a test myself tonight just to see if there's still an issue, because I might have to contact support again to get that figured out. Let me try to do this. I'm going to test it myself. I'm going to wait a few minutes before I do it. So I dropped the link. Once you're in that channel, that's my join membership page, but you don't have to join membership to be able to accept gifts. So if you're in that page, you look for the 3 dots at the top next to the word join, and you should see a setting that says gift settings. And once you're in there, you can toggle the switch on to be able to accept gifts from this channel. So that, oops, I just bumped my mic. That was probably really loud. Sorry. But yeah, that's how you can opt in to receive gifts. Thank you for stopping in, Shelly. Hi, hoping for answers. But yeah, so has everyone been able to go and click the toggle to be able to accept memberships? Because I'm going to gift a membership. So I want everyone in chat to be able, whoever, I know it's very random, but I want someone to be able to get it. I'm just going to test it out. So if you have already done the steps that I said, so you click that link, you do not have to join to do this. You click the 3 dots next to join, look for gift settings, and turn that on. Yeah, Kristen, you did send a bunch, and I did send one to Micah, and I have to look at the rest of them. Geez, sorry about the background noise. I'm gonna make y'all both get out. Stop. Oh, okay. A video or a live? Yeah, there are a lot of cases to cover. I think it was Tracy the other day in my live was like, there's definitely not a shortage of cases because there's really not, sadly. Okay, so I'm going to try to gift someone a membership. And I'm going to see if it goes through, if it works. Hey, Denali, how are you? Okay, so I see on the YouTube side it shows, and the membership went through, so it's working. So as long as you have that setting on, everything should be okay. Hey, TF, how's your evening going? I did not take it. YouTube did. I don't know. Did you check in your memberships and purchases section, Killshot, to see if it even is still there? I don't know. YouTube support said you should be able to use it in the same live that you purchased it from and gift it. So if you want to try that out, go for it. But that's what they said. So I don't know. Yeah, the membership worked. But again, it is on the on your guys' side where you have to click that switch to allow gifts. Sometimes it pops up automatically, which is what it did for me the other night, but it wasn't doing it for anyone else. So that's why we were all confused. Okay. So I know this morning, everyone knows pretty much the outcome of Carlee Russell. They had a press conference today, but I'm going to go over it because I didn't myself listen to the entire thing. I just saw bits and pieces of what people were posting. Okay, let me see how you make this full screen. Maybe this one. I don't know. I'm still learning. This restream. Yes, TF. For about 2 weeks now. But yeah, it's a new mic. Shout out to Kristen for that. Appreciate it. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and press play and let's hear what they have to say about Carlee Russell.
Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the Frank and Pam Bearfield Training Center. I'm Captain Keith Sescaliba with the Hoover Police Department.
And before I go any further, is audio working okay? Can everyone hear? Hey, Melissa. Let me know if the audio is not working.
And we're here today to provide you with the latest update in the Carlee Russell investigation. Joining me at the podium today will be Police Chief Nick Durzis, followed by Alabama Attorney General Steve Marshall. Chief Durzis will make a prepared statement. After Chief Durzis' statement is over with, Attorney General Marshall will also offer a few comments. Once that is completed, both gentlemen will return to the podium and you guys will have an opportunity to ask questions.
And keep in mind that Chief Durzis, he's the lead chief. He's the one that was the lead on the case. He's always wearing the different colorful suits and stuff like that. But that's who is about to give this update.
With that, I will turn it over to Chief Durzis.
Thank you, Captain. Good afternoon. Earlier today, Hoover Police detectives obtained warrants for the arrest of Carlee Russell through the Hoover Municipal Court for her actions.
So they did definitely obtain a warrant for her arrest. So she was sitting at home thinking that this was probably going to, probably thinking that this was going to go away. But they definitely obtained a warrant for her arrest. And yes, Shelly, a lot of people, from what I've seen today on Twitter, nobody's happy about this. And I don't get if Homeland Security, the Secret Service, FBI, all of those agencies were involved. Like, I don't understand how she's. We'll see. You'll hear everything you need to hear about it, and it's very frustrating for the length that she went to prove a point or whatever she was doing, and for it to have this kind of outcome. I mean, yeah, I would understand why people are so outraged.
Related to faking her kidnapping and subsequently making false statements to detectives as they investigated this case. Her decisions that night created panic and alarm for the citizens of our city and even across the nation as the concern grew that a kidnapper was on the loose using a small child as bait. Numerous law enforcement agencies, both local and federal.
See, that's the part that really made me so upset, was the fact that she made up the whole child thing when you really do have cases where, that could happen and it'd be a very real thing, and she used it, lied about it, went on to do everything she did. Someone else had mentioned, like, can you imagine at that moment if there were other missing kids or real emergencies going on that was taken away from them because there were so many resources on finding Carlee and or this child. She did a lot. The only good thing to come out of this is stricter consequences for false reporting. Right, and that is the good thing. I just hope that it doesn't make it even harder for missing persons cases, because it's already sometimes hard enough. We have a hard time enough getting it out there. We have to share it on multiple platforms and have multiple people covering these cases and sharing them, because mainstream media definitely doesn't pick up on all of this going on. Of course, they're not going to. But it's already hard sometimes to get the word out. And for her to lie about it and barely have consequences is really frustrating. Hi, PJ. Glad you can make it. Oh, goodness, Kristen, right? I've seen so many memes about that. It's insane.
Began working tirelessly not only to bring Carlee home to her family, but locate a kidnapper that we know now never existed.
Never existed. And a lot of us had that feeling from the very beginning that this was some kind of hoax. Now, I'm not one that from the very beginning, I really did think, this girl was missing, and, what about this child? And it was just so unnecessary. If she wanted attention, there's so many different ways to go about it. Number one, get with a mental health specialist and talk your problems out. Do not go about it this way. It's completely the wrong way.
Many private citizens volunteered their time and energy into looking for a potential kidnapping victim that we know now was never in any danger. This story opened wounds for families whose loved ones really were victims of kidnappings, some of which even helped organize searches in hopes they could find Carlee's alive.
Yeah, and I'm going to stop it again to reiterate how disgusting it was to that family who was helping search, and their daughter had previously, gone missing and didn't have the chance to have a search done for her. Like, she didn't make it, and they were out there searching for Carlee. That was heartbreaking.
Her family would not experience the pain and suffering that they felt when their loved ones never returned home. As we know, actions can have consequences, and that's why we're here today. This afternoon, Carlee Russell.
So they say, actions do have consequences. However, as most of you have already seen the news is everywhere. I just don't think, I think there should have been way more. Hey, Salute Mom, welcome in. How's your evening going? Melissa, where did she go for 2 days and who dropped her off near her home? It has to be another guilty person. That's what I'm saying. They were so just like, I know they're only going to put out what they can. They're not going to show their entire hand. But they did say that she stated that she did this alone. I don't understand how she got from where she was to her home without help. So make that make sense. Yeah, I agree with Mom. We need stricter laws in a lot of places. I wonder if her mom knew. I don't know. And that's what I'm saying. Hopefully we find out more about it. I just don't know.
Russell can have consequences, and that's why we're here today. This afternoon, Carlee Russell, with the assistance of her attorney, turned herself into the Hoover City Jail, where she was arrested for the following charges.
Wait, so he said she turned herself in?
False turned we're here today. This afternoon, Carlee Russell, with the assistance of her attorney, turned herself into the Hoover City Jail, where she was arrested for the following charges. False reporting to law enforcement authorities, Class A misdemeanor, $1,000 bond.
Okay, so she did turn herself in with her attorney present, and she was charged with the false reporting of the kidnapping. I want to listen to it one more time.
False reporting to law enforcement to the Hoover City Jail, where she was arrested for the following charges. False reporting to law enforcement authorities, Class A misdemeanor, $1,000 bond.
So a Class A misdemeanor and a $1,000 bail. That's upsetting. That's probably why the quick release. Yeah, the bail is set so low. I mean, but that's ridiculous to even be able to get out that quick after doing something on that scale. Hold on just a second, guys. Okay, sorry, I'm back. Let's see. Oh, because she turned herself in. Well, and the low bail also, but yeah. I just don't get it. I don't get it. I think this was just a slap on the wrist.
Bond. Falsely report an incident, a Class A misdemeanor with a $1,000 bond. Each of these charges carry up to a year in jail and potential fine of $6,000 upon conviction.
So up to a year in jail and up to a $5,000
Jail and potential fine of $6,000 upon conviction.
Upon conviction, $6,000.
Ms. Russell was released from jail after posting bond. We initially presented this case to District Attorney Lanice Washington.
Sorry. So she was arrested and then quickly turned around and was released on bail. So basically, like I said, a slap on the wrist.
Who agreed to handle prosecution through district court. After consulting with the Circuit Court of Jefferson County Bessemer Division, the case was referred back to municipal court for charging because the only applicable charges were misdemeanors. Judging from the amount of phone calls and emails that we've received from people all over the country, I know many are shocked and appalled that Ms. Russell is only being charged with 2 misdemeanors.
Yeah, so they've been receiving calls from across the country of people that are very upset about this. Popcorn instead of cheeses. Yeah, that's pretty much it. And I think she deserves some jail time too to be thinking about this. Right, that's what I was saying. Like, I mean, $1,000 bond, that's so easy. Right, TF? Yeah. She probably used it on the donation money, which they're refusing to refund. I think the GoFundMe or whatever. I don't know what the issue is behind that, but they're not refunding, even though it was faked. Like, how is that not a thing? From everything I've learned about GoFundMe, if it's not being used for what you posted a GoFundMe about, people should be able to get refunds. Hmm. My opinion, they come from money, so the lawyer did his job. Yeah, a lot of shadiness in this case. Melissa Judy was just in here a few minutes ago. I don't know where she went, but she was like the first one in here, but I haven't seen her chat. She might be just listening.
Despite all the panic and disruption her actions caused. Let me assure you, I too share the same frustration, but existing laws only allow the charges that were filed to be filed.
So he's frustrated too, but the existing laws are only allowing the charges to be filed to be filed. Wow.
I can tell you that I will be contacting our state legislatures on behalf of law enforcement in Montgomery
Good for
and
him.
asking them to look at this law applied to these facts and urge them to add an enhancement to current legislation when somebody falsely reports kidnapping or another violent crime.
See, and that's what Kristen was saying. That's actually a very good idea. And you can tell this chief is really frustrated. He's not happy. He's called it from the beginning. And for him to write to the state legislature to have that law, be stricter. Like the laws should definitely be stricter. You're not just, she didn't just fake, like, it wasn't like someone called 911 and made up something and then hung up, or like people do prank stuff. She went to a whole other level and had so many people looking for her. Right? Hoping, that's what I'm saying. If it was up to him, yeah, this would not be the case. Yep. It's pretty sad. She's probably over there laughing it up sadly. My opinion. Just saying.
Because of the attention this case has garnered, we've requested Attorney General Steve Marshall's office adopt this case, and they've agreed to do so. The Hoover Police Department wants to thank everyone that assisted us from the beginning and continues to assist us in this case as we work its way through the criminal justice system. Joining me at the podium today is State of Alabama Attorney General Steve Marshall.
Okay, well, that's good that they're going to have a statement from the Attorney General also. I didn't know that he made a statement, so that's going to be interesting. So Melissa says she probably took a diversion if she has not done this before. Diversion is basically shelving the charge for some time to prevent repeat. If you're good, they drop charges. What in the world? That is insane. She's making Cheez-It casserole. Oh my god. Ew. I know, right? Like, I wonder I mean, I have a picture of what her boyfriend or ex-boyfriend, I don't know what he is, but he made a statement, after the fact, after her attorney released the statements that it was all made up. He was completely like embarrassed. And I wonder how her family feels about this.
Police Department, Chief Durgis, for his leadership in this investigation. Obviously, this captured Minnie's attention as a result of them in being able to return her home. The work that was done by the Hoover Police Department was monumental in its lift, and the results of that work you are seeing come to fruition today with the charges that have been levied.
I get it. He's saying that at least it's not going on without any kind of consequences, but those consequences are not high enough for me. in my opinion. Something like that would happen around here. I don't even know what the laws would be, honestly, but it's just disgusting that it's basically little misdemeanors and she pretty much gets away with it. It's sickening. And a $63,000 GoFundMe. Like, what in the world?
Also want to commend the many other men and women of both state and federal law enforcement for their work collaboratively with the Hoover Police Department in assisting in this investigation. Chief, appreciate the opportunity to be able to partner with you in this prosecution. We will dedicate a team to be able to help the city of Hoover in handling these two individual charges and look forward to bringing this case to fruition.
So they're just aiding in the investigation. But the charges are so minor. Like, they're so minor. And if they come from family, which I don't know if they do or not, but the $6,000 fine is, I mean, like TF said, they can just take it from the GoFundMe.
One thing I would add is that we don't see this as a victimless
That's their
crime.
video, not mine.
There are significant hours spent, resources expended as a result of this investigation. And not only that, but the many men and women who are civilians that wore those yellow vests on a hot afternoon and evening looking for someone they thought was abducted, trying to be of assistance.
Yeah, and if you go back and look at like the footage and the pictures of the searching, and I mean, like, they really, that is one thing I can say, is that they did do a very thorough investigation. It just sucks that it ended up being faked and not real, and just those people were out there looking for any and everything. It's what they are allowed to do by law until we all speak up to put weight behind enhanced charges for false reporting. Yeah, then that's what I'm saying. Like, whatever we have to do, whatever we can do to have our voices heard, and if we're frustrated about this, then yeah, we got to figure out a way to be those voices and be louder so that they will listen, and to have these laws be stricter, because this should not be okay. Oh yeah. So I know this is off topic, but yeah. So Killshot, go to your What I did was you put like your, the HTTP, whatever, your YouTube.com/ your handle, and then put /join. And if you send that link to people, the people that are on iPhones can join with that link. That's what I had to send out to people, because for some reason on iOS, and I was reading about it, they don't have the join membership option yet, but Androids do. And of course, you can do it on a browser. But if you do that link, if you do your handle /join, it'll send them directly to your join page. All right, so back to the case. Tracy says yes, Melissa, or at the very least, community service until it is reimbursed. Right, something should be done with that money. I don't think that she should be able to just pocket it. Yeah, I can try to look for the link to help. I'm just trying to help you out. I'm not telling you what to do. I'm explaining how to do it. Yeah, that's another good thing. I need to do that also. If you put it on your about section of your YouTube page, it makes it easier. Wait, let me try to help you out here. Hold on. Hold on. Okay. There you go. There's the link to join Killshot's memberships. Yeah, I did drop the information today in Discord for those who hadn't seen it. But I just dropped the link. I'm trying to pin it here. What that is the iOS stuff. That's exactly how I did mine. Yeah, congratulations to Killshot for being part of the YouTube program, the monetization and such. MJ, I was wondering what you were talking about, not deleting. Okay.
We intend to fully prosecute this case and look forward to working with the Hoover Police Department moving forward. We also would tell you that we will continue to monitor this investigation to determine whether or not there are any additional charges that need to be brought, and we'll evaluate those as the facts are presented.
Okay, so that makes me happy that they are monitoring the investigation. So the situation, however he worded it. So basically, they're still working on it, and they're going to monitor for if any other charges need to come forward. So that makes me feel a little bit better, especially with the chief, not being happy about it at all.
Thank you.
All right, at this time, we'll open the floor to questions. If you'll please raise your hand and identify yourself and your affiliation when I call on you. David.
David Lamb, CBS 42. This question for Mr. Attorney General. What is it about this case that made it rise to the level to where it was a case that you wanted to take on?
Yeah.
So the question was, what was it about this case that made it rise to the level above, like to where he wanted to help take this on with the chief?
We handle cases across the state. We have jurisdiction throughout for both misdemeanors and felonies, and when Chief Durgis asked for us, we were more than happy to be able to assist.
Is it common for you all to be involved in misdemeanors like a case like this?
It's not uncommon.
So it's not uncommon to be part of cases like this, which are misdemeanors. So that's a good thing. Like I said, I'm glad they're going to be monitoring it, and I hope more charges come out because clearly she planned it. I think I have it up all the way, Kristen. I don't know if it's the press conference that's a little low, but hey, Sway. Yes, congrats to Kill Shot. But yeah, I have it up all the way. So it's probably the press conference, which is why I'm trying to repeat the questions, as they say them.
Keith Mims, WAGG 610, 100.1 FM, Summit Media. Chief, this question is for you.
Yes.
What time was Carlee arrested today with her attorney and
So what time was Carlee Russell arrested today?
what time was Carlee arrested today with her attorney and has she made bail?
She has. She was processed in our facility within the past hour.
Do you expect any charges to be forthcoming with her parents, or is this just all on Carlee at this point?
Well, at this point, and again, I think anything is, all as the Attorney General said, their team will also be searching through our files, and we'll find out what they say.
So he did ask about the parents, if he sees any forthcoming charges with the parents. And he says that just like the Attorney General, what is going on with this? The Attorney General said that there could be, and they're going to keep monitoring the situation. So we shall see.
Carol?
Carol Robinson with AL.com. Have you, since we spoke last in the press conference, been able to retrace where she was during the 49 hours she was missing, and have you determined if she was with anyone else?
So the question was, have they been able to determine where she was in the 49 hours that she was quote unquote missing? And what was the second part?
During the 49 hours she was missing, and have you determined if she was with anyone else?
and if she was with anyone else, which from the beginning they've been saying that she keeps saying that nobody else was involved. Okay, so we got PJ in the mood. We got Killshot is in the mood. Is everybody in the mood or what? We all need to just vent.
We have not found anything out on either one of your two questions.
Valerie Bell, ABC 3340 News. Has there been any decision about a possible civil suit against Carlee and or her family?
Any possibility of a civil suit against Carlee or her family?
Also, what impact would this have on Hoover Police Department filing a suit have on them?
Yeah, we have not discussed that. Of course, we talked about the hours of overtime and all the significant resources that we used, and we'll certainly be talking to the Attorney General's office about possibly getting some of those funds returned to us.
So they are working on getting some of those funds returned to them that they used in the search for Carlee. Okay, hold on. I'm looking at settings here. Why? I don't know why the chat thing just went away. So I'm glad I'm trying this thing out before I actually pay for it. Oh, and if I miss anyone, hold on, let me come up on here. I was gonna say if I happen to miss anyone's like a membership or super chat or anything like that, it's because on Restream it doesn't show it on my side, but it's all good because I just checked and everything's fine. So I didn't want anyone to think I was ignoring you or whatever.
Lisa Crane, WBTN 13. In an earlier press conference, you outlined some items she had taken from her employer. Any potential theft charges for that?
So they're saying that they mentioned the thing, the last press conference that she had stolen some things from her employer, and she's asking if there's going to be any theft charges for that stuff.
Those would have taken place in another jurisdiction, so we would not have charges ourselves.
Chief, do you mind repeating those charges and fines one more time for us?
Sure. False reporting to law enforcement authorities, Class A misdemeanor with $1,000 bond. Falsely reporting an incident, a Class A misdemeanor with a $1,000 bond.
Chief, I know you mentioned this the last time we were together. Just wondering if you have any update on an idea of the cost that the Hoover Police Department expended in those 48, 49 hours Carlee Russell was mentioning? And one final question, do you at this point have any more information if Carlee Russell acted alone or anyone helped her?
Yeah.
Again, they're asking about if Carlee Russell had any help in what she, all of this that she's done. They keep asking the same question, so we're not the only ones thinking that she had to have help to do this. Like, there's absolutely no way she planned this out all alone, and then it played out the way it did, and she did that only by herself. Like, I'm not buying it.
We have not finished, obviously, the 49 hours. We've been certainly busy since her return, so I still don't have a total on that, and we don't have any idea where Carlee Russell was 49 hours.
Right here. Keith Mims, WAGG 610. Chief, let me ask you this. Going forward,
PJ, are you talking about the case or the chat? I see that you said you were confused. Are you talking about the case? Because I'm completely lost on what's going on in chat. I have no idea. I don't even know what's going on, you guys.
there's been a lot of concern in the community as per young black and brown females being reported missing. would Hoover and other agencies have the same fervor going forward as they did with the case with Carlee Russell?
Absolutely. This, as I said initially, our focus was bringing Carlee home, and she got home. And then our focus has been to find out if there was a kidnapping. We find out there's not. We work every case like all other law enforcement does, so I don't have any concern anywhere that would be an issue.
And can I add,
So in other words, they were asking like for the future, for other cases or things that come up like this where there is someone missing, and he's basically saying that they take every case seriously and allocate all their resources where needed to help try to find the missing or try to, like, if this was a kidnapper in the area or like a missing child, they would still treat it the same. However, hopefully they get stricter on their laws, because this could set a precedent for people who are like, hey, I'm going to set up a GoFundMe and try to pull this off, like, it's ridiculous.
echo what Chief said? I've been in law enforcement for 27 years. Law enforcement throughout this state. I've never seen anybody interested in the color of your skin in investigating a criminal case. And I expect, regardless of your gender, your race, when that report is filed, that Alabama law enforcement is going to do its job.
Yeah, so regardless of gender, race, age, all those things, in other words, they treat every case the same, and they take every case just as serious. Why isn't it fun?
Valerie Bell, ABC 3340. What was her emotional state when she arrived to the jail today, and is she seeking any help at this point in time?
So the question was, what was her mental state today when she turned herself in, and if she is seeking help at this time. So obviously, we're not the only ones thinking that she also has a mental health problem. Hey, Far, thank you for being here. Who's being drama queens in chat? What is going on? TF says, did you hear about the 11-year-old in Florida that faked the kidnapping? No, I didn't, TF. If you can email it to me, that would be great. My email is on my About Me, and then I'll drop it again in chat. But no, I hadn't heard about that. All right, y'all, this press conference is almost over.
I was not there, so I really can't tell you exactly.
And is she seeking any help at this point in time?
I was not there, so I really can't tell you exactly, and I really don't know anything else.
So he wasn't there, so he can't speak on it.
Jay Robinson, WBRC Chief. What are next steps after this? What is going to happen next?
So her question is, what are the next steps? Like, what happens next? So that'll be interesting. Killshot telling people to calm down. So Kristen says that's about the case in Florida. They're going after big consequences in that case. And that's what I'm saying. Like, you have a grown adult here doing this stuff. It's nobody puts baby in the corner. Not what to do. Who's baby? Oh my God.
Well, right now, the Attorney General's office attorneys will start dealing with our detectives and going through case files and preparing prosecution, I presume.
Thank you guys very much.
Will y'all be releasing a mugshot?
Yes, we will momentarily.
So the last question was, will y'all be releasing a mugshot? And they said, yes, they will be momentarily. So I wonder if they put it up yet. Hold on a minute. So I can't find one right now. Huh. So they maybe have not really released that yet. Except for you do not need any more Benadryl. What is wrong with you? Really, Kristen? I don't have it. Can you send it to me? I can't find it. Let's see. Unless that really is her picture and I'm tripping, because if it is, then wow. Okay, yeah, I did find it. Really? Okay, I have to share this. Jeez. Okay. So this her mugshot, Kristen? Like really? Oh, jeez, why did it change? Okay, sorry about that. See if I can not click the wrong buttons now. Yeah, so is this the correct one, Kristen? Hey, Crazy Mama. Yeah, I was testing out the feature because we couldn't get it to work. So I was just testing it out and trying to help people to be able to receive gifts, like not only in my channel, but now Killshot has memberships also. So it's going to be the same thing when you're live on his. You have to like click his link that I dropped earlier with the join button. And once you go there, you have to go to your gift settings and make sure you have that turned on for if people do decide to gift memberships. So there's Killshot's link again in case anyone wants to go double check their settings. But yeah, so smiling like she thinks she's looking fly in the color orange and shiny new silver bracelets and anklets, right? That is insane. Yeah, she does, Tracy, for sure. Yeah. Wow. All right. Well, there you have it. So she pretty much gets away with misdemeanors as of now. They are still looking into things. The police chief, was it the state's attorney general, they are not happy. They're going to be monitoring the situation for any upcoming charges. He didn't say if there would be. He just said they're going to watch for things like that. So, okay, thank you, Tia. I appreciate that. Well, on that note, guys, I am going to go ahead and end this live. Say goodnight. And yeah, everybody is wilding out tonight. But yeah, maybe I'll see you around on the YouTube streets. I think Killshot has a live later. He can confirm in chat. But if not, I hope you all have a great evening, and I will see you sometime this weekend. Y'all have a good one. Good night.